And now this is our SME segment, and today we are joined by Bisi Sosunde. She's the MD of Busybee Events, a full-service event planning, training, and also management company that caters to corporate and social events. Bisi, you are welcome on our SME segment.
Thank you so much.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
I want to let everybody know, full disclosure, I have been to one of her events before, so just so you know. And they're grand. So on our SME segment, we like to help people out there who have the same passion as you do, perhaps maybe come into the fold by getting the experience from you, how it's been so far, where you've been, and how it's, gotten you here. Yeah. So let's start with Busybee. How long have you guys been in business?
A Busybee event on 13 years last month, October. So yes, wow. Actively involved for 13 years now. Yes.
And how did you begin? What brought it about? Was it just, hey, let's just rent this and that, or let's just put this together, or let's just do that? How exactly? What was the spark?
Well, I studied chemical engineering in school. Okay. And while in school, I had to just make a side income. I started off as an usher. That was 2007 with a leading event company. And then as time went on, that was how my interest in events actually started. That was 2007. I was still in school. By the time I finished 2009, I was looking out for a job in 9 to 5, and I was still working part-time with event planners and all that. And when I wasn't getting the 9 to 5 job, I said, you know what? I have interest in this event. Why don't I channel my strengths, my skills of putting things together for people into the business, depending on when I get the 9 to 5. And that was how October 2009, I officially kicked off Busybee Events planning. I started off by supplying ushers for weddings, and then it grew into a full-fledged event planning.
You actually started off by supplying
ushers. Yes.
So you had a group of people whom you'd manage when it comes to events. And then offer or provide that service.
Help coordinate, the welcome guests, they attend to guests, ensure everything is going on well. So I started from the bottom, from the scratch, ground zero level. Up to the top.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, that took how many years for you to actually establish as a full-on events company? How long did it take? It's 13 years now.
Yes.
But when you really became established as full-on events company, how long did that take from start?
2 years plus, because I started, like I said, I started from the scratch. I didn't have an office space. I used to live in VI, and I started from the house.
Big gun, living in VI.
Started from the house. And was just helping out with events. I had a couple of my friends that that we all graduated together. We're getting married, and so that was how I started doing events for them on a low scale, charge little money and all that. And 2 years afterwards, I had to go get a space, because then people started reaching out. We want to train, and there was no full scale event planning school at that time. Okay. And 2011, I took that bold step. Got a small space in Old Yaba Road, Ebute Meta, and that was where I started my first full planning services, and then I introduced training into it.
And how many people have been through your institution?
In the space of 13 years, we have trained and helped over 1,300 event professionals.
Wow.
Yes.
How's that helping your business? They're taking business from your mouth. Aren't you concerned at this point?
Well, it's first of all more of a platform for empowerment. That's where you have the academy, Busybee Academy. And it has evolved, because even the people we have trained, some of them are current facilitators, some of them are mentors. And we've basically given back to the event industry, and that has also shot us up into international recognitions.
Okay, so how much do you think, anybody out there who's got the same passion as you, how much could they start with if they wanted to go inside this kind of a business?
So events industry generally is wide. My own niche is the events management. So I get to manage people, I get to plan, I get to create unforgettable experiences for people. For an event planner, your cost is very low, because all you need, first of all, is your mobile phone with internet services. You have a laptop. You have a skill.
I hope we're listening here, because this is very, very important and interesting. All you need, like she said, is your mobile phone, your skill, and networking, perhaps.
Yes,
because it's not your money you're really using. No, you're managing the event.
You're managing. But you must be a people's person. So your interpersonal relationship with the suppliers, with the vendors, and with the clients is very, very, very key.
So where do people get it wrong? Where do people get it wrong? How come people are not as good as you are in the business?
So training is very, very important. And that's one thing that was the gap I found in the industry, and I took on it. It was an opportunity. It was a gray area, and I owned that space for as long as over 10 years.
10 years now.
Yes, like I owned that space. So training is very key. Skill development. When you do one training, it doesn't end there. Even currently, I'm still going for training conferences, both local and international. So training was one of the gaps that the challenges in the event industry. If you want to go, right now we have a lot of people say they're event planners, they're into event because maybe they have the capital or they just think they can do it. You know, in Yoruba they call it iyameto. You can organize. But the thing is, you still need to get the skill. You need to be certified. You need to be well refined.
You have certifications, for instance, in Nigeria, or do you give certification for?
Oh yes, our academy, Busybee Academy, has stood the test of ground. We are recognized internationally, and so our certificates can be used anywhere in the world. We've had some of our students who want to jackpot, and so they have left the academy. They've graduated over 6, 7, 8 years, are coming back to say, oh, we need letter of recommendations to present to the school, to the embassy, and we've gotten a lot of our students who have our certificate, present it at the embassy, present it in schools abroad, and they've gone.
We can see on screen currently some of your work, and it's not easy to put all of this together. There's not just the personnel that you need to manage, there's also the decoration, there's also the timing, there's also the schedule, everything. That's the management, and that's why it's such a big deal, such a big job. And this isn't easy. This is why you say you need training, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're out there, I mean, the part that really got me was the part where she said you need just your phone and the skill. But it doesn't stop there. You also have something interesting apart from the events that you have going. What is that?
Okay, so like I mentioned, we have evolved. Apart from planning events, we also train and mentor. And there's a program that we're putting up right now for event professionals, and it came as a result of fostering the bridging the gap, you know, the sound entrepreneurial practices. We realized that there were challenges with event professionals. They are good with the operations, come and arrange this, come and do this, but they lacked that business management skills, from finance to accounting to branding to marketing, and that was where my organization came in to bridge that gap, and that's what we have today, called the Busybee Event Business Summit. It started as a masterclass, but over the years, this is going to be the 6th edition this year, coming up later this month. But next week, Tuesday, yes, the Busybee Event Business Summit is now for event professionals, whether you're a planner, a decorator, MC. You know, it is a summit for all event professionals. We have both local and international speakers that are going to be live at this summit to talk about the power of you. So the theme for this summit is the power of you, how you can leverage on your personal brand, because I'm actually a testimony of somebody who leveraged on a personal brand and it influenced the corporate brand, and that is what we have today, the Busybee events. It has evolved into Busybee Group.
I want to say, for a person who has taken something that's just a passion and to make it as big as it is, encompassing all of these different aspects, not just what people see when they get to an event, but all the backstages, the accounting, the training. You are a force to reckon with, and I'm sure that if you're out there and you need some heads up, of course you know how to reach. We've got her social media handle on there, so you guys, somewhere there, so you guys can see and perhaps maybe inquire how you can start your own business. That's what we do here inside of the SME segment, to empower you out there to make sure that you don't rely on that salary, or maybe you can switch jobs anyhow. Like Mike would say, woto woto. This is grand to have you here on the show. We have enjoyed your passion and also your impact, and we hope that everything at the summit goes well.
Thank you so much.